What's up, YouTube? Today I want to talk about the top 3 things that you must do to pass the real estate exam. Tomorrow I actually have an interview with Joe from Prep Agent, so I don't want to steal all the thunder for that interview, but I just kind of want to roughly talk about what I'm actually going to mention tomorrow, and I want to add a little bit more detail. But the top 3 things that you must do, and this is anywhere in the country, any state, anybody taking the real estate exam, here's the 3 things you must do. Number 1, schedule the exam. You have to schedule the exam. Don't procrastinate. If you're super gung-ho, super ready, excited, and you have time to commit, I would say minimum 2 weeks, maximum 6 weeks. Fellas, you don't need more than 6 weeks. I don't care what reason you have, which is really an excuse. Well, how does the saying go? You either have reasons or you have results, but you can't have both. If you go past more than 6 weeks, you've got reasons, i.e. excuses. So 2 weeks, if you're just ready to go, you're committing, I got this. 6 weeks, if you're like, you know what, I'm a little nervous, I need time. So schedule your exam. Go online right now. Schedule your exam. Number 2, when you study, start with vocabulary, study whatever you decide to study, which I'm going to get more detail tomorrow in the interview with Prep Agent, and then end with vocabulary. So start with vocabulary, study whatever section you want to study on, and then end with vocabulary. You have to know your vocabulary for this test. When you're working through the questions on the exam, if you don't know your vocabulary, they have things that are really close, or maybe some words. If you don't have it 100% in your brain, it's set up to, not use the word trick you, but it's set up to show if you know it or don't know the information. So it's not a trick. It's not a conspiracy theory. They're testing you to see if you know the vocabulary. So there's no trick here, fellas. Know the vocabulary so you don't have an excuse or a reason, right? We talked about the reason or excuses, the reasons or results. You can't have both. So don't give them a reason to give you an excuse to not have results. Know the vocabulary. So where are we at? Schedule the test. Know the vocabulary. Number 3, and it seems simple, but I'm telling you, don't cancel your test date. So right now, when you're not stressed out, test is anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks away. You're like, you know what? You're right, Justin. I'm going to schedule this test right now. I'm going to do it in 4 weeks, kind of going between the 2 and the 6. And I'm going to start studying my vocabulary. Well, guess what's going to happen when you get about a week out from the test date? Freaking out, anxiety's going to kick in. You're like, I'm not ready. I'm just going to, if I do it now within 24 hours, I don't even have a fee. I won't even have to pay anything. Don't cancel it. At that point, if you know your vocabulary, granted, there's some state-specific stuff and some other things you got to know, but I'll talk more about that tomorrow. You are going to be okay. Like, you're going to be okay. And if you aren't okay, reschedule it. It's probably not going to make it any better, honestly. Because at that point, you had the time. You had it scheduled. You knew what needed to be done to get prepared. Extending it a week or 2 isn't going to make a difference. Take the test. Just take the test. You never know. I mean, you may be fine. You may pass it, or you may not. Honestly, I'm saying that because I was in that boat. I studied my butt off. I spent 2.5 weeks. I studied my butt off for 2.5 weeks. And that's it, because I took my classes 5 years ago. So this was all basically, and I don't remember anything. It was back when I could do it online. I did it all in one day. Like, it kind of crazy, but that's what you could do back then. So I remembered 0 from school. So fresh, I'm like, you know what? I got my school done. I'm ready to get my real estate license. 2.5 weeks later, I passed and took my test, and I passed. I didn't feel like I was ready. I was like, there's no way. I need to reschedule it. I remember telling my fiance, like, I just need to reschedule. She's like, baby, relax. You've been studying your butt off. You know the vocabulary. Just go try. And what's the worst that's going to happen? Just go try. Well, I tried, and I passed the state and national the first try. First time, and it was very short. And I actually got done pretty quick. And in my head, I read some I thought I got done too quick. And so I remember reading something or hearing a YouTube on it. Someone said, you know, if you get done too fast, you probably failed because you went through fast, you didn't read the questions right. So I started like second guessing myself and going back and checking questions. And I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I remember hitting that submit button like, fine, I'm done. Submit. And, you know, you don't know right away. It just kind of goes. I think I went to a black screen and you get up and I had headphones on, just the noise cancellation ones. I took those off and I hung it up. And when I went in, I was the first one in there because I got there early. When I left, the whole room was full. Like there was 20 people in those little cubicles, computer cubicles, and I didn't even realize it was a full room because I was so focused and I didn't hear anything with those headphone cancellation headphones on. So I put those up, I walked in, and I had to give my calculator back, I think, to the little proctor, answer a couple of questions, and I walked around this long hallway, got back to the front. I had to answer a few other questions. I was like, just give me my pick, did I pass or not? And the guy was taking forever and highlighting things and stapling something. I'm like, just standing there, I wanted to see pass or fail, you know? And he handed me a thing, and they both said passed. And I've taken a lot of tests. I'm a nurse. I have many certifications in nursing. For whatever reason, I was like the most excited about this. I don't know why. I just had this like joy because I knew I worked so hard on it. But the point of that is, if I would have listened to my feelings, my anxiety, the few days before, I wouldn't have even taken the test. I would have rescheduled it. So I appreciate my fiance's voice of reason about just taking it. And so I'm hoping to give you a little voice of reason. Just take it. So in summary, schedule your exam, study the vocabulary, know the vocabulary, know it like the back of your hand. 3, just take the dang test and don't freak out. Don't reschedule. You either have reasons or you have results, but you can't have both. And if you reschedule it and push it back, you will never have the results that you want to pass the real estate exam. So as always, guys, call me for your real estate needs. Also call me, text me for your study needs. I'm looking forward to the interview tomorrow with Joe from Prep Agent. Can't wait because I really did pass because of him. So I'm looking forward to giving him props tomorrow and giving a little bit more insight on what it took for me to pass on the first try in Texas. So guys, call me, text me, 210-818-0937 is my number. And I always get back to direct messages and phone calls. Have a great night. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video.